welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am doing my how to style short hair. I love it big, messy, textured and a little bit lioness. I tend to flip it from side to side throughout the day so it's not too stiffly hairsprayed that it doesn't have movement through it. If you want to know where I get my hair done, my colour, my cut and all of that, it is at Hair&Harlow in Fairy Meadow in Wollongong, New South Wales, and I will link all of the information down below about the girls at Hair&Harlow. So let's jump straight into this week's tutorial. So this is what my hair looks like the majority of the time. It is usually up in a bun or a ponytail because I just can't be bothered to style it. So my hair is quite short at the moment, about shoulder length. It's got a couple of layers in it and a little bit shorter bits throughout the front. It's not a blunt cut. So I'm just combing all my hair through to make sure that I do not have any knots. And now I'm using my fave product, the Lakme 10-in-1. This stuff is amazing. It is also a heat protectant also. So just popping 2 pumps and I'm spreading this, mostly focusing from the mids to the ends of my hair. So with my hair, I naturally have quite a lot of volume through the ends, but my roots tend to sit very flat on my hair. So I like to use the Big Sexy Hair Volumizing Mousse, and I massage this all throughout my hair. I like to part it, spray it in, and really get in there and make sure that all of my roots are nice and lifted. And next I like to take my hairdryer on warm and flip my head upside down and really get in there. This I find helps lift the roots because the mousse was obviously quite wet, and then this kind of sets it with that lift and that volume being at the roots. I like to do this quite messily because I want my hair to be messy. I don't want it to sit neat. So just really get in there with the hairdryer. Okay, so my hair is quite fine. I don't need to part it into a lot of sections. To be honest, probably only 3 sections. So I'm starting with the bottom layer. And my curler, I've had it turned on for about 10 minutes, so it should be nice and hot. I'm just using a hair tie to get this hair out of the way. This curler, I don't even know what brand it is. It's just like from Target or Kmart, and I've had it for years. I think my mum gave it to me as her second-hand curler. So I've literally had this, well, I mean, it's been in use for about 10 years and it's been amazing. It's like a medium-sized barrel and it's got a temperature gauge on it. I always just turn it to the hottest. So I don't even use the clamp. What I do is take a small section of hair and just wrap it around the entire curler, and I hold it for probably about 15 seconds. And as you can see, I have the curler pointing straight downwards. I always hold it kind of upside down. When the curl's ready, I just lift it straight back up and I allow the curl to set in its natural position. I don't run my fingers through it or anything like that. When I take the next section of hair, then I might alternate and go to a smaller section. I always make sure that when I do go to a new section that I alternate between curling left and curling right. And sometimes I might wrap the hair around twice and other times I might only wrap it around once. This one was just looking a little knotty, so I'm just combing it through before I curl it because it is going to give a nicer finish. And that is the last curl done for this section. Now I'm taking my Silhouette Schwarzkopf hairspray. I think this is a lacquer, and I'm just doing a very fine mist on this layer of hair before I section off and begin on my second layer. When I'm dealing with a fresh layer of straight hair, I like to give it a brush through and imagine how many curls I'm going to do with this section. That way then I always kind of know where I'm up to. I also alternate between wrapping the hair around the curler once and wrapping it around twice or more. That way then it adds a bit more variety to the hair. And this is the last curl on the second layer. So once I take this one out, giving it another spritz of hairspray, and then we're working on the final layer, which is the top layer. And with this very top layer of hair, I put some of my Batiste dry shampoo in, give it a tease with my teasing comb, smooth it over, and then curl. I find that works best. With my top section, because I do like to flip my hair to both left and right sides during the day, when I am curling all these little sections, I try not to curl them in, you know, all forward, backwards, left or right, or with the middle part. I really take each section of hair and curl it in all random directions, so that when I do flip it either side, it's going to fall naturally any way you want it to sit. And if you are taking a really tiny section of hair like I am here, you only need to hold it for maybe 5 seconds, because you really don't want to fry your hair. Now that this is all done, I'm taking some hairspray and giving it a quick spray. And as you can see, when I get to the top, I do work in slightly smaller sections, because I just want that extra bit of messiness around my face. So once that is all done, I am doing one quick coat of hairspray, and I'm now waiting for 10 minutes for my hair to completely cool down. So you have to let it sit in front of your face like this for 10 minutes. Then once it's completely cooled down, you want to start running your fingers through it. I don't use a brush for this, I don't use a comb, I don't tease it, I don't do anything. I just get my fingers and run it through it. I'm also scrunching up the dry shampoo at the roots of the hair. I'm really, yeah, just getting in there and really roughing it up. So now it's just about styling it and placing it exactly where you want it to sit. As I've said a million times, I love mine super, super messy, but I don't like the knotty look. That's why I do like to get my comb and just run it through from the roots to the midsection. Just play around with your part and see where you want it to sit. You might want to add some more dry shampoo if you feel like it's looking a little oily at the roots. That's what I tend to do. Sometimes I might even flip it back and forth a couple of times from left to right parts to see what's really sitting best on the day. Once I've kind of got it in place, I do tend to rough up the roots one last time, and then just have a good look in the mirror, make sure you're happy with it, and give it one last spray. And that of course brings me to the end of this week's video. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next Friday night. Bye bye!